Today we're going to be looking at 5 relatively expensive models that, despite their high price tags, are all strollers that I nonetheless feel are still definitely worth their cost. Please note here that there are, of course, many other good models out there that are also worth their price. And in addition, that just because these models are good in my opinion, doesn't necessarily mean that they're right for you. To determine that, it's important to take into account factors related to lifestyle and environment, which I'll try to keep to the forefront as I go over them. And without further ado then, clocking in at around $450, nearly the top of the range when it comes to ultra compacts, our first model today is the Bugaboo Butterfly, which, despite being a bit on the pricey side, is highly worth its cost in my opinion, offering a combination of characteristics that's hard to find on a lot of travel strollers, with one of the largest seats out there, not just for ultra compacts mind you, but larger models as well, which includes both an extra tall 56cm backboard and a 19cm adjustable leg rest, ensuring a comfortable reclined position well into your child stroller years. On top of this, the Butterfly also has a larger and more weight-capable than average shopping basket, a simple and durable chassis, backed up by a 4-year guarantee when you register, and also folds down to within cabin luggage limits as set by the IATA. And for this reason, it's currently, in my opinion, one of those strollers that all parents shopping for ultra compacts should at least consider for travel, for keeping in the trunk and pairing with a car seat, or even as your main stroller, provided that you live in a relatively smooth urban or suburban environment. Note that the Butterfly has been out long enough now for some wear issues to become clear. Nothing that changes my opinions on the build quality of the model, but enough to possibly offer some advice concerning best use with the Butterfly, to keep it functional as long as possible. So if this is one you're planning on getting, stay tuned on our channel as we'll release a video about this in the near future. Next up, and also clocking in at $450, is the UPPAbaby Minu V2, which, despite also being on the upper end of the market and not quite folding down to within cabin luggage limits, is a model that I actually find myself similarly recommending quite a bit in conversations with patrons. And the reasons for this are that the Minu V2 is even more sturdily built than the Butterfly, while also having better shock absorption and larger wheels, which give the model increased ability to deal with stuff like broken sidewalks, lighter cobblestones, dirt roads, and so on, when you need it to. On top of this, the Minu V2 has an even larger, more weight-capable, and more accessible shopping basket, a more functional shoulder strap, and pairs particularly well for parents who know they need a larger model as well and want to go with the UPPAbaby Vista, since it can take the full-sized UPPAbaby bassinet that comes stock with that model, which, by the way, is also overnight approved, making the Minu V2 one of the only ultra compacts out there that can take such a bassinet. And the Minu V2 is the model to go for in my opinion then, for parents who want an ultra compact but need the durability and terrain capability of a slightly larger model, either because they're traveling to a somewhat bumpier holiday destination, or they live somewhere with rougher pavement or a bit of ice and snow in the winter. Moving on, we get to the Nuna Triv next, which, at $700, is a bit of a jump up price-wise, especially when one considers that there are similarly sized and similarly terrain-capable reversible seat strollers for at least $100 less. What makes the Triv Next special in my opinion though, is the fact that, despite being lightweight, quite compact when folded, and very simple in design, the Triv Next also feels a bit like a full-size stroller when folded upright, with a good-sized basket, acceptable seat dimensions, at least for a reversible seat model, and terrain capability above and beyond models like the Minu V2. It's admittedly not the sturdiest stroller out there, the lightweight and tall, lanky build, preventing it from being a good choice for all-day, everyday use without a car in my opinion. But the simplicity of the design, in particular with regards to the folding system, helps out a bit here for overall longevity. And in my opinion then, it's actually quite hard to find another model currently that fits as well for suburban car-based lifestyles, for people who want a reversible seat or need a stroller that can also tackle off-road use, for hitting farmers markets, areas of town where the sidewalks might be pretty rough, or a bit of trail use at a nearby park. Next up is the UPPAbaby Cruise V2, which we named as our favorite stroller last year, and which, despite also clocking in at the same $700, is also a very solid choice on the current market, being much more durable than the Triv Next, and, though larger folded, still smaller than a lot of other comparable full-sized options out there. It also has awesome suspension, an oversized, super weight capable and very accessible shopping basket, a seat with larger dimensions than a lot of the competition, and the ability to make for a good cheaper newborn choice as well, if paired with either a secondhand bassinet or the infant snug seat, which costs only $50. With its durability, good shock absorption, and large basket, the Cruise V2 is most ideal in my opinion for urban life without a car, as, though somewhat small-sized, it's still a bit more of a chore for getting in and out of the trunk than with these other models. But it is still small enough to at least fit in most trunks, and can thus also work for car-based lifestyles for people who live in particularly bumpy places like older European cities. And last up today, and clocking in at a whopping $1,300, is the Bugaboo Fox 5. Where, while I'll admit that this is a pretty steep price, and if it isn't the right stroller for your lifestyle, you are apt to regret the cost, for certain situations, the Fox 5 can still definitely be the best choice. The Fox 5 is an all-included, luxury-oriented, reversible seat stroller, meaning that you get both the bassinet and the seat as well as the rain cover, and is the 4th generation of the Fox line, having the advantage over previous Fox models of a simpler and sturdier folding system, which has improved the model's durability. On top of this, the Fox 5 provides amazing terrain capability and maneuverability, a good size shopping basket and seat, and a lot of smaller, intuitive, and comfort-oriented details in how the whole thing is put together that's a little hard to explain if you've never used a Bugaboo model. As far as the ideal use situation goes, this is not a stroller that I would recommend for a car-based lifestyle, nor is it a model that I'd recommend if you live in a smoother environment, in particular somewhere with a warmer climate. Rather, it's more useful for places like northern cities, where you need something that can handle a little snow, older cities with hardcore cobblestones, or for situations where people need a model for both urban use as well as regular off-roading. In other words, for it to be worth that price tag and the model's size and weight, in my opinion, one ought to really need the Fox 5's terrain capability. But if this is you, then on the current market, it's pretty hard to find another stroller that will be as comfort and ease of use oriented as the Fox 5, while also having its capabilities. In any case, we hope you found this video interesting, and if you did, please subscribe, as this sort of support helps us to continue making videos in the future. If you'd like to know more about any of these models, we have standalone reviews for all of them that go into a lot more detail, and links have been added in the description. In addition, if you're currently shopping for a stroller, we have a buyer's guide on our Patreon page which lists a wide range of models we recommend, with a lot of technical and lifestyle related information. You can find it by following the link in the description as well. Thank you.